Peter Eliades with you again. This is Stock Market Cycles update for the day after Christmas, December 26th. That's a Thursday. Disappointing day in a lot of ways today, one of them personal. I'm not going to take too much time to go into that with you, but I told you, folks that are watching on a daily basis, about my car accident. It's almost 3 weeks ago now, a little over 3 weeks, I believe. And I found out today that my Tesla, my beautiful Tesla Model S, which I've had, I was one of the early adopters of the Tesla and bought it in 2013. And I've been in love with the car ever since. Anyway, it was claimed a total today, so I was not very happy about that. Need to replace that car. That was the bad news number one. Bad news number two was the market was kind of disappointing today because we were in a position based on the parallel channel that we showed you in combination with, it wasn't just the parallel channel, but it was the parallel channel in combination with some of the projections that were outstanding that led us to believe that we could well have been at a top over the past day or two when we came up to the top of that channel. Well, you're looking at the channel now, and this includes today's action. So those of you that have really sharp vision might be able to look here and say, well, it looks like there was a little poke above the channel. It was actually, if we zoom in on it, I'm going to do that for you now, it was more than a little poke. It will look a little more obvious if we zoom in on it. So this was the move today. This closing on the high of the day above the channel. There's no question that it's above the channel, but where the question comes in is sometimes these channels maintain their strength in terms of support and resistance, but you get what some people in Elliott wave call throwovers to the upside or the downside in a market decline. And sometimes they only last for a day or two and immediately turn around. So that's a possibility here. On the other hand, don't count on that. This move above should be considered a positive move for the market until or unless we see differently. So let's go back to looking at it from a distance, however, and you can see that you don't see you don't see what appears to be any dramatic breakthrough over the upside of that channel. So that's something we are going to continue to keep our eyes on. And the other point I want to make is that the sentiment we expressed a couple of days ago that we could well be at a market top was based primarily on the channel, not on projections, because as you know, we do have higher projections outstanding, even though the majority of projections, at least on a minimal basis, have been met. These are the QQQs. We show these because several of you out there asked us if you could show the QQQ projections. This is the equivalent on a daily chart of a nominal 40-week projection. And the upper side of that projection window is 216.31. That's this green line up here. So as you can see, there is room to the upside on the upper side of that projection. The other one that we've been showing you all along for a long time now has been the upper side of the S&P projection. We'll show that to you again. And even though we have met on a minimal basis the projection for the S&P, the upper side of that projection, you can see there's a lot of room in here. The upper side of that projection calls for 33.31.11. So today's close of 32.39 rounded off. So, another 100 points is possible according to this projection. So we're going to have to continue to track. I still think there's a chance there's at least a short-term top here, and if we start to come down, we will start to get some downside projections, and if we do, you'll be the first ones to know. In the meantime, be cautious with a bearish outlook here, simply because it appears as if we have broken above that upper channel line, and if that's the case, then that could be a positive sign for the market for the short term. So that's it for now. Stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed yet, go to the bottom right, click on the red banner, subscribe to Stock Market Cycles, and once you do that, click on the bell. You'll be notified of all our updates as soon as they go on. And for those of you that want to leave some commentary, we'd be happy to hear that from you too. Hopefully it's positive. If not, just let us know why. Thanks a lot for watching.